Hey y'all, welcome to Coffee and Convos. It's your host Jay.
And this is your host Layla. Welcome back to another episode. Welcome back. I love that Mace song. That was actually one of my favorite Mace songs.
I loved Mace.
I did too.
He was such like a sleepy rapper, but I loved him.
I did too.
He was great.
So I don't know what happened to Mace. I think he became a pastor or something.
Yeah, now I think he has I think him and Cameron have a podcast now.
No,
Everybody
not Mace. Really?
I think so.
Oh, you know what? They do, and they're hilarious, actually.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard.
Armin showed me a few clips here and there, and they are hilarious. Honestly, I need to add them into my
into
podcast.
Your rotation?
Yeah, because
okay.
I've only heard clips here and there, but they are hilarious. And did you know they went to like high school together? Like they played on the same basketball team.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, they're both from Harlem.
Yeah. But
okay.
no, they are funny, actually. That's good for them.
That's so crazy.
You know, one thing I will say, I know a lot of podcast, like the podcast industry, I feel like a lot of times they get kind of like these negative, criticism and this and that because, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm with some people because some of these podcasts can be very toxic and just all over the place. And you know what I mean? But I love that people who we used to like watch on television, like actors and musicians and just people from all walks of life are now like being able to be heard and being able to like express how they feel about
in a
topics.
different way.
Yeah, in a different way. So for example, like Cameron, we've all known Cameron as Dipset, like rapper. That's all we've known.
A little acting.
And a little acting here and there. But now on the podcast, like we see a whole new side of these people.
I know.
And I think it's cool, especially if you kind of like really like these people and look up to them and like listen to their music. You get to see a different side, which I think is cool.
Yeah. I like how they're transitioning.
Yeah.
As long as it's good content.
Yeah.
You know?
And it gives them opportunity to make money, especially if you're like no longer making music or doing, acting or whatever the case is. Now you can do podcasts.
Yeah. Speaking of the music has transitioned so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. So even just them trying to keep up with like how it's transitioned, like I couldn't imagine a Mace trying to like rap in this era. Like at all, really.
Honestly, I feel like people like us would appreciate it. A lot of people would, but the young kids, obviously,
the young kids wouldn't.
I don't know what they would think, honestly. I don't know. I feel like they may like it. I don't know. I feel like they haven't gotten a chance because everything that's been coming out, majority of the things, are all these new, rappers. But I don't know. I feel like if Mace dropped, a good bop like he used to do, or Ja Rule dropped a bop like he used to do, like, I think the kids would enjoy it. I got faith in the kids.
I know. I don't know. I would enjoy it. Like I would. Sure. I love it. Yeah, I would enjoy it. But speaking of rappers, I think the funniest rapper right now is Sexy Red. I just think she's so funny.
My God, that girl. First of all, I actually like her music. I got a little bit of a sparkle of ratchetness in me, and I really appreciate it.
She's literally, I don't know what it is, but she's just like every time I see like a clip of her, I'm just like, I just start laughing because like I feel like Sexy Red is like. She's like you. I'm like I think I can be a rapper now. Like I almost like I just need a ghostwriter, but I feel like I could be a rapper.
I think you have to have that in you. I'm not joking. I know she's acting. She acts silly and stuff like that. But like, how many people have been going to the studios, laying tracks for years, right? And still not being able to make it, right? Meanwhile, she's on tour with Drake. I'm just saying,
I'm very puzzled by it all.
It's in you. And she may act silly. She may say crazy things and stuff. But I feel like when you're destined to do something, it don't matter how it's packaged. People may look at you like, you're the one.
I know. The comments are always so crazy.
Yeah, they are.
I'm just like, her songs are catchy. The other day, TC, we were in the car. We were I think we were going to one of the birthdays. And
one of the birthdays.
And literally, I'm taping him because I'm like, there's no way he's singing Sexy Red right now.
What was he? Which song?
Ski. Yeah.
Not TC.
I have to show you the video.
I got it.
Because I was like, You're serious right now? Like, what is happening?
That's hilarious. Yes. I like the one when she's like, "You like my voice? It turned you on."
She has a new song.
I'm sorry. Every time it comes, I mean, obviously, I'm not in my car turning Sexy Red on, but when it's on, I'm like bopping. Like, hey,
I know.
Okay.
She has a new song out. It's something about panties. Something like it's something about panties and letting it, breathe. And I was just like, she's not wrong. Like, she's helping the girls. I was like, she's not wrong. I was like, you do have to let it breathe.
You gotta let it air out. You gotta let them air out. Make sure you wear the right panties, girls, because
cotton guys.
Some of them may cause some issues down there. So
seriously,
listen to Sexy Red. See, she's destined to be a rapper.
She makes points.
She's making points. Like, I get you, girl. I see the vision.
Seriously.
I see the vision. I may not totally relate to you, but I see the vision.
And she's consistent. I must say, she is not playing around. She's dropping song after song after song. Like, when did she come out? Like, the beginning of the year?
Not too long ago. I mean, honestly, I don't know for sure, but I feel like she just got really, like, popular this year. Who knows how long she's been rapping? I don't know.
Yeah.
But shout out to her. I mean, I love it.
She's a pretty girl.
I feel like
a stylist,
the quote-unquote ghetto girls and like the hood girls, the real hood girls, you know what I mean? I feel like they're always being replicated, right? By the fashion industry, by all types of things. I mean, the hair, the nails, you see it on runways. And when the hood girls do it, it's like, ooh, she ratchet, she hood, ew, she ghetto, like blah blah blah. So when I see them,
but when you dress
like
it up on a model,
Red,
it's like, oh my god,
exactly. So when I see
iconic. It's like, well,
my girl's been doing this.
Exactly.
So when I see girls like Sexy Red getting, the acknowledgement and getting the shine that she deserves, I'm like, go ahead, girl. I love to see it. So,
oh my god,
that's awesome.
She cracks me up. But that was just a little tidbit on Sexy Red because I've literally been watching clips, and I'm just like, she is hilarious.
She is. Shout out to her.
Yeah, definitely.
Anywho, how have you been,
girl? How have I been? It's been a rough week, honestly.
Really?
I mean, the weekend was great, filled with fun, but then into the week, it was a little bit rough. I got the rest of my floors done.
Oh my God, wonderful.
So if any of you have ever gone through construction in your home while you live there, it's rough. I would say don't do it.
Don't recommend.
Don't recommend. 0 out of 10.
Meanwhile, we literally we're about to start the kids' bathroom on Monday.
At least it's the kids' bathroom,
Right.
Like, I got my floors done, and they're still not all done. That's the crazy part. We still got to grout and do baseboards, but the tile is done. And the cleanup.
For me, I think that's the worst part.
That's the worst part.
There's dust everywhere. And even when you're like, all right, we got it all cleaned up, you turn around, it's like, you slide your finger on something, and then you're just like, there's still dust here.
There's still dust.
And it don't go away for months. I feel like it just will not go away for months.
No, I've changed air filters. I've been mopping for days.
I'm telling you, the dust hides.
Exactly. And then so I went to Home Depot because I'm like, they have to come back. Then I got the plastic stuff to wrap all the front. I was like, because we're not doing this again. I was like, we are not doing this again. Because we did cover some stuff, but it just still, the dust was just
everywhere.
I'm still finding. Like this morning, I was in my guest bathroom, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? I'm like, why am I still finding crumbles of things?
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, AJ was sick. She couldn't really, she couldn't sleep. She couldn't breathe because of all the dust. And then I've been dealing with it. And I'm just like, bruh. And everything is everywhere. So yesterday, I was like, look, T, I was like, I know they're coming back, but I was like, I have to put my house back together in some sort of normalcy because literally I think I'm going to rocket ship off the planet. I mean, it bothers me so much. And I was like, there was stuff in my office. I couldn't really move. And I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't feel like I have to leave my house because my house is so, discombobulated. But either way, 0 out of 10, I don't recommend it. But that's what I've been going through.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a little rough. And then work's been busy. And life is just... AJ told me this week that all I do is work and drink tea. And that she is putting me in timeout because I'm not playing with her. And she really hurt my feelings. And I was like... Okay. I'm like, all right.
Not working drink tea.
Literally, that's what she said, because I've been drinking a lot of ginger tea all week because my allergies have been killing me. And I was just like, okay, sweetie. She's like, Mommy, you're not playing with me. You're not. And she's like, you're working late. You're not supposed to be working. And I'm like, I got to get my work.
Not her reading you for filth.
What? She read me. I was like, okay, I need to like revamp. So I've been trying to like get back into my routine's been all messed up. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, morning routine, get your stuff done, lock in and like knock your work out so that you can be present. And like, because this week I just wasn't. And
she clearly noticed.
Yeah. But my Jake has been very like, do you need me to take her? Because if you can't be, like, I understand if you can't be present right now. And I was like, I'm really overwhelmed. Like, I need you to. Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay, cool.
Oh, wonderful.
So, yeah. So, he definitely
Stepping
came in.
Up.
Yeah, he definitely stepped in. He stepped in, like, when I had to work late. And that's when she said it. She was like, T, what's Mom doing? We're putting her in timeout. And I was like, oh, shit.
Not her trying to get him to be on her side. Yeah.
No, he's like, yeah. He's like, babe. He's like, you got to figure it out. Like, you got to get back in order. And I'm like, I know. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a rough week. But we getting back.
All right. It's almost the weekend. I mean, it is the weekend. It's Friday. So hopefully next week it's a little better for you.
Yes. So it's been crazy. But how are you doing?
Girl, I was just recovering this week. My God. Mm-hmm. And also, I didn't feel good for like 2 days. I was literally like, my body was just like, girl, you need to sit down. Yeah. Literally.
Like after the weekend? Like Monday, Tuesday?
After the weekend.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, Armin, you got to get the kids ready for school and take them to school. Pack the lunches. Do all the things. He's like, okay. No, I did not feel good. It started off with like, actually, let me rewind and start with what we did over the weekend first.
Oh, yeah. We had a time,
y'all. So last week was my birthday, and
shout out to all the Virgos.
Shout out to the Virgos.
And the Virgo Libra cuspers, because that's really what y'all are.
I don't know. I'm a Virgo.
You're definitely a Virgo, but you be doing some Libra stuff. So.
Really?
It's nothing wrong with it. I love Virgos and Libras.
I do too.
I think I'm a Libra something. Mm-hmm. Like, not rising, but like.
Oh, like one of my risings, things. Moons, stars. I don't know.
My moon is Capricorn, and I think that's where I get my work ethic from, because I don't think I have any more Capricorn tendencies, but that's where my like work.
Okay.
I think that comes from that. But I have a Libra something.
Okay. I don't know anything else outside of that. I'm a Virgo. That's it.
If you know your birth time, ask your mom your birth time. If you know your birth time, you can find out the other ones. Okay. Because that makes up all of
I know I was born at night, so I got to ask her the exact time.
Okay.
But anywho, so Thursday was my birthday, and I turned 34.
Whoop, whoop,
feeling a little seasoned.
Seasoned.
We just stayed home, and because I really didn't want to do anything like going out on a weeknight.
Yeah.
So we stayed at home. We hired a chef, and she did an incredible job.
I saw the food. I was like,
it was delicious. We had like steak and lobster, not lobster, whatever that is.
She's trying to get fancy with lobster.
You've never had that. Something new. Anyways, it was delicious. She did an incredible job. We had cake. Me, Armin, and the kids. It was perfect.
Love that.
And then, what was it? Saturday, it was our anniversary. Mm-hmm. So Armin and I went to this show at the Faena Theater, which was incredible.
It looked cool.
It was really cool. Like sometimes the shows, you really don't have that high. I didn't have high expectations. I was like, all right, it'll be cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And we got there and we're like, whoa, these people are talented. Yeah. Like the dancers, the acrobats, like they did it all. One point, the woman lit her titties on fire. And I was like, whoa. We were like, oh.
I just know you and Armin.
You already know us. We were like, what the? I was like, you see it? It was cool. It was cool. If you live in Miami or you're visiting, I highly recommend to go to the Faena Theater. And it's called the Allura Cabaret show. Ooh. It was so cool. It was really cool. And like the lead person of the show is a Black woman, and she like kind of like the host, and also sings in between the acts. She was cool. She was incredible too. So it was really nice. We had a good time. We had dinner prior at the restaurant in the hotel. I think it was called like Las Fuegos or something like that. And the food was delicious. We had a good time. It's really beautiful in there. Yeah. I've never been. That was our first time there. And so that was that. And then we stopped by, for a quick second. I stopped by to say hi for Maureen's birthday party, which was the same night. So y'all keep in mind about these stories because we've been doing a lot that weekend.
Girl. Whew.
Then, what was that? That was Saturday. Then Sunday is when we went on the Bright Line to go to West Palm Beach. But we had a few people who missed the train. I ain't going to say no names, Keisha.
Yeah. Okay, Kanye. So Kanye's like, I'm not going to say, it was a Jewish doctor.
So we hop on the train. Me and a few of our friends at Armin, we hop up in Miami. We actually, a couple of our friends, Celia and Alan, missed it in Miami. So they're like, we'll just drive up to West Palm. We're like, cool. So our train is coming on down or going on up and to pick her up in Fort Lauderdale. We stop at Fort Lauderdale and Olive calls Keisha. She's like, hey girl, where you at? We're here. She's like, I'm coming, just taking my time. What were you doing?
I was in the car. I was coming over the tracks when she called me. And so we drove down and T's like, yeah, that's dead. You ain't getting on that train.
So we're like, where are you? You're like, I'm here. I'm just about to come.
And I was like, run.
Girl, and we asked the lady who worked on the train, we're like, what time does it leave? She was like, at 20, what was it? Like 11:21?
Yeah, now
and I look at the time, it was 11:20. I said, sis ain't making this train.
No.
The door's closed.
No. Oh my God. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I have time because, 11:25. I was like, is when it leaves. No, you don't have time. You need to be, if you're riding the Bright Line, you need to be there 10 minutes early.
Time.
You need to be there 10 minutes early so that you can walk through. You can, honestly, 15.
No, I'm serious.
Because there's a little place for you to wait. The Bright Line is nice.
It was so nice. So we got the premium ticket. So when we got to the station, there's this area for premium people. The bougie, the bad and the bougie, right? Anywho, so we get there and they had, breakfast. They had drinks. They had everything. Champagne, rosé, beer, whatever you wanted. And then you get on the train. It's really nice. It was my first time on the Bright Line.
Nice. That was my first time on there too. That's
really?
why. Look, I haven't been on a train in a while.
That's why
I took the L in Philly. I've taken the trains in New York. I just didn't know. Like I haven't been on a train in some time.
Okay.
It's been probably over. It's been over 10 years.
Really? Wow.
I think the last time I took the L, I was in my internship in college, and I've been out of college for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's okay.
But I know better now.
I know better
now. I ain't trying to get left no more.
But it's really nice if you guys if you guys live in South Florida and now they go to Orlando. So if you want to go to Disney, you can hop on the Bright Line.
I know.
It's really
we gotta
nice.
take the kids on there because I think that would be fun.
It definitely would be fun. So then we finally get to West Palm Beach. Really beautiful. I love West Palm Beach.
So do I.
It is so chill
in that area.
Just that area, because obviously I didn't go everywhere.
Yeah, the housing and stuff though, it's nice. I mean, T's from there, and he's like, this is my city. I'm like, sir, calm down.
Well, shout out to T because he did drop you off MVP. To West Palm Beach.
Girl,
he's the real
He was like,
MVP.
it's okay. He's like, I'll drive you. He's like, tell Layla I'm gonna drive you. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right.
This is why she said yes.
That's why I said yes. Man be having my back, okay?
He be having your back, your front, your sides, okay? So shout out to him. He dropped her off. We met her up and we went to R8 Restoration Hardware. They have, the brunch spot on the rooftop, which was so nice. We met up with other friends as well, and we had a nice brunch. We just was living our best lives, kid-free and doing our thing. It's always a good time.
Yes.
Kid-free time.
I'm telling you.
So it was beautiful. Like, it was fun. We had a blast. Birthday week was great. Anniversary was great. I got my presents, had my fun, see my friends. Everything was great. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. And so then Monday rolls around and I'm like, oh, shit. Actually, Monday was no school. It was teacher planning day for our kids. And I was like, so now I had a hair appointment to get her braids. This girl's into the braids now. She always wants her hair braided.
It's
a vibe. I love it because I'm like, that means I ain't got to do nothing.
Exactly.
Praise the Lord. Seriously. Get your braids.
Seriously. It's a vibe.
And so I'm like, all Armin, you should take her to the appointment and I'll stay here with Niall. I have to do like, laundry, get ready for the week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, cool. And so I'm like at home with Niall. We're, just doing things, making lunch, doing stuff around the house, hanging out. And I'm like, my body's like feeling weird, like just like tired and achy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh Lord, am I getting sick? And that evening, that evening I was okay. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lay it low. We had a movie night that night and I couldn't even stay up to watch the movie. I was knocked out.
Darn.
And the next day I woke up and that's when it hit me. I was like, I'm not feeling well. So I was like, let me just make a really quick breakfast. And even making that, I was like, all right, Armin, you got to get the kids ready for school.
Seriously.
So Tuesday and Wednesday, I was like,
done.
I was going through it. And then Thursday, came around the corner and I was back to feeling normal. And I was like, oh, thank God. It was just, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was just a weird situation. I was like, maybe I did too much this weekend. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. I feel like as I gotten older, like going out, like, like consecutively, like 1, 2 days, I can't do it anymore.
Okay, I need like a break in between.
At least a day. I need 24 hours.
I know I wasn't going to make it. I was like, this is going to be rough.
It was rough.
It was really rough.
Yeah. So as an adult, I feel like I have to have like if I'm going to go out, I need 1 day in between. I can't do back to back to back to back.
I feel like fall is like a blitz for us. It's like fall blitz. And I'm like, it's like, get ready and strap on your seatbelt.
About to get on a ride.
Just so much going on. I'm like, bruh, why are there so many birthdays, anniversaries? It's everything. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. It was so funny because I was like, maybe we should move our anniversary to another day. I'm
like,
what? Because it's too close to my birthday. And I was like, it's just too much going on at one time. I was like, maybe we should push it to October or something. I know, I'm crazy.
Yeah, girl.
It would just make everything easier for us.
Would it though? Because I mean,
it's just a few weeks later.
Like mid-October is not bad.
That's what I'm saying.
It's literally like mid-September to mid-October, and then it's like, okay, we get like a little break.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I was like, we need to just celebrate in the middle of October moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still together. We're just celebrating a couple weeks after.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think I want to go change it. Because it's too much. It's
a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot when you have like back-to-back things going on.
Yeah.
Actually, Jake's brothers, their like 10-year anniversary was yesterday, but also like their daughters, but they had their daughter like the day after. And I'm like, dang, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then the wife, she's on the 15th. Like, it's just like so much all in September. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. Like, I don't know.
May have to move some dates around.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Child. So we're recovering and we're realizing that we are getting older,
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking breaks. I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.
I love taking breaks. I love being at home.
Yeah. As I'm looking at like bachelorette stuff, I really want to do like a wellness retreat.
Oh my God.
That's what I want to do.
I'm so excited.
I think that would be good. Like, I think that would be good for us. I feel like we're always on go. And I'm like, I just really want...
I know of one that I'm going to send to you.
Okay.
I think it's in either Dallas or Austin. And it's literally
okay. I think I may have saw it because Austin was on the list.
Okay.
Austin was on the list, but I'm also looking at Utah.
Okay.
There's some, because I want to make it, because wellness retreats are expensive, girl.
Look, because it's the new it thing. Like, it's, a popular thing now. Mm-hmm. Like, they literally make whole resorts for wellness now. So
I saw some of them and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that to my friends. That's really fucking expensive.
Yeah, we gotta check
we could
out.
only afford like 2 days. I'm like, no. I'm like, what? How much a night? I was like, this is include everything.
Like, can we be an influencer? We'll take all the videos for y'all. Let us stay for free.
We will promote. Promote.
You want me to send a proposal?
Seriously.
Like, hello.
Yeah.
I only have 1,000 followers, but I'll make some good content.
Seriously, because I was like, whoa, like some of them are really, really expensive, but there are good ones that are priced well. Yeah, because I want to do activities, but I'm like not trying to do the most, Like I don't want to be drunk all weekend. Like that's
That's 20. That's 20-year-old activities. We are not there anymore. We've moved on.
We are seasoned. Okay.
Yeah.
We are seasoned. Self-care is awesome.
Happily
and I
seasoned.
love it. Yes.
Anywho, let's move on to our topics for the day. So you had a few written down.
Mm-hmm. It was about the celebrity couples. Everybody's breaking up.
Everyone's breaking up.
Everyone is breaking up. And for some reason, I can't remember everybody that broke up. But right now, I can only remember, I know, Jeezy and Jenny Mai.
That?
I think everyone, that kind of threw everyone
there. It's not even throwing us for a loop. Honestly, I'm saddened that they, getting divorced because, no one
you never want to see that.
Yeah. Like that's terrible for them. Mm-hmm. But what really shocked me about their relationship in general was that they got together. And I'm saying this, and I'm only saying that not
because of her comments.
Because of the comments. Yeah. It's not because, he's black and she's Asian, obviously. Mm-hmm. But it's more so because remember when she used to work on was it The View or The Talk or The Real? Some show.
It was one of those shows.
Yeah.
But she did.
Made that comment where she was like, white keeps me lean. And she's like, dark meat on the side or something like that.
Yeah, or it's like for play or something. Or for fun. And I was like,
I don't know. It was
in such poor taste.
If I was a black man and I heard her say that, I would not want to date someone who thought that way. You know what I mean? Because imagine a white guy says like, oh, like I like black women. I think they're sexy and, I'll play with them, but I would never marry them and settle down with them. Yeah. Why would I want to be with that person?
Exactly.
Like that basically tells me like, you're making me like, I'm not worthy of that title. I'm not worthy of being fully loved and like having a lifetime partner.
Exactly.
Like you only want to play with me. I ain't no doll. Like
exactly.
Like he ain't Ken. He ain't Barbie and Ken. This is crazy.
Yeah. So I always thought that was like, I was like,
that really was strange.
That's been playing on a loop now. Like it was doomed from the start, like blah blah blah. And I'm like,
yeah. No, but to me it's wild because it's like he chose to still be, he chose to still want to be with her and marry her and have a baby with her, and now it's like, I don't know.
I know. And then I saw a post where someone was like, the streets are talking in Atlanta, and this is why they broke up or whatever. So I have this is supposedly why they broke up. I don't know. Allegedly.
You gotta say that so you can get sued.
Yeah, allegedly, this is why. She wanted to walk their child to school, and he said no because safety reasons. Like, I don't want people knowing where we live and stuff like that, and just for safety purposes. So he didn't feel comfortable with that. And being a rapper is dangerous. It's a dangerous. It's a dangerous. Yeah.
With his background.
Exactly. And then her mom lives there. Like her mom has been there has not left. Apparently.
Like in the same house. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. And I'll say this: if you have, I'm assuming they live in a big house, like a mansion. Yeah. They have quarters, like. That's my in-law quarters. Y'all on that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that you're not always like in in your business. Like she's not always in the mix.
So I honestly,
I would love to
think
have
that is a cultural thing. I think that's a cultural thing because I would never have an issue with my mom coming to live with me. I don't have an issue with that. Like I told you from the beginning, I was like, she's not going to a nursing home, and I was like.
Absolutely not.
I was like, no. I was like, she's
as long as I'm alive.
As long as I'm alive, she'll be here. Yeah. Like we'll figure it out, and she'll be here. Same with my dad. Like I don't see that. But I think it may just be like I don't see that a lot in American culture.
Yeah,
I don't see that a lot. So and it's nothing. I'm not knocking American culture.
That's
why I just don't see it a lot in American culture, and so that may be why he was uncomfortable with that. Because I notice I see it in everything outside of America. I see parents live
as they get older,
they come
and
like when you immigrate over to America, everybody lives together.
That's true.
Makes money together, and then everybody moves off on their own. And
when
sometimes
the parents get older, they come back.
Yeah, they come back. They help you take care of the kids. It's like a very we all help. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I would never send my parents to a nursing home. Like my mom, absolutely not.
I worked at one, and I was
did for me, and to me to just send her off. That would be insane.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. And you're right. And the way they treat people in there.
That was my first job. I waited tables at like a retirement home, and I was like, wow, The nursing staff does not treat them good. They are not kind to them, and kids just leave their parents there.
They don't come.
It was very rare that I saw kids come and see their parents, and I'm like, dang, like I'm not doing that.
That's sad.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. So I think that obviously that's a cultural thing, but yeah. So she never left, and then apparently her brother moved in. And I was like, that's a lot.
Okay, maybe the brother is pushing it.
Like maybe.
But I feel like
also how were the dynamics in the home?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, my mom's very much like, she'll say something to me, but she's not about, like, she sees me having a disagreement with she's not about to be like,
jump in.
You better not talk to my daughter like
my
that.
My mom will pull me later on.
Yeah, she'll pull me aside.
You shouldn't be saying that.
Like, you need to calm down.
Yeah. Legit. Well, I feel like one time, Armin and I, I think my mom was here or we were in Ethiopia, and we were like trying to like Sana or Na was doing something, and they weren't supposed to be doing it, and we were having a disagreement on how we should like parent them, right? And my mom didn't say anything. She was just watching the whole thing. I already knew she already had
like she gonna say some shit later.
Yeah. And then later on, she goes like, you need to like, when he's saying, if he started the conversation with them first, you just need to let him finish.
Oh.
Don't be interrupting and let him do that. And then if you have a problem with what he said, then you pull him aside when the kids aren't around, and then you tell him your issue. And I'm like, okay, Mom, dang.
I know,
you're right, but dang.
She ain't wrong.
She is not wrong.
It's something I'm learning too. Like I remember the other night, AJ, she like wouldn't stop coming out of her room, and T was in the living room, and so I was in bed and I heard her, Mom, and so like I can see her on the video, and literally I get like halfway, and he's like, AJ, you need to go and lay down, and I was like, yes. And I
turned right back
around. I look on the video. She
turned her butt right.
She turned her butt right back around. I was like, you know what? Let me let it be.
Yeah.
And I went right back to
But
that.
it's true. It does depend on the dynamic. Because if the parent that's living with you guys is a little problematic, then I see an issue. Then you're like, she gotta go.
Exactly. And obviously we don't know that.
Yeah, no.
But I've seen her and her mom's dynamic. It seems like they're very close. But sometimes parents don't know their place, because I've definitely seen parents like be ready to be like nuck if you buck if they see anybody talking to their kid any kind of way.
Yeah, but I feel like as the husband or the wife, if your parent is living there and they're getting disrespectful towards your spouse or partner, then you need to be able to tell your parent like, hey, this is who I'm married to, like this is my man or this is my wife, like you're going to need to chill or we're going to have issues.
Or you have to go.
You can't be in my house disrespecting my partner. Like, it's not going to work. Yeah. So, you're right. We don't know what their dynamic is like in the house. But for me, if my mom was like, I want to come live with you, I'm like, girl, what flight, what day, what time you want to come?
Exactly. My mom's she's like, I'm coming down. I was like, you are. I was like, you are.
Yes. Let me book the flight.
Yeah.
You want a first class? Sure thing. No, seriously. So I guess it depends on the dynamic. Because also I know that, like, I feel like our moms are very helpful too. Like, I know my mom will be in there like, I don't have to ask her to do anything, but she is just who she is. She'll be like, food will be ready, laundry will be done, the kids will be bathed, like Sanaa's hair would be done. I wouldn't have to say anything. That's just who my mom is.
Yeah.
And I feel like even Armin would love for my mom to come. Like, he loves her food.
Like, come on over.
Come on, please.
What? I'm coming over. I'm like, so your mom's here.
Girl.
Like, I heard.
But you're right. Not everyone has that kind of parent who...
It's true.
Will be respectful and also helpful and also like let you do what you got to do. And so you're right. We don't know. But I hope they figure it out, because obviously they have a child together and it's just not,
Yeah.
It's not a good thing, obviously.
Yeah. No. And I think the last thing was they're on different coasts. So I think she's in Georgia or he's in LA. Like, they're not seeing each other enough. Because that's a big thing. Like, men don't file for divorce. Like, that's not really? Common. No, women file 90% more.
No way. I
had
no idea.
Women walk away. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, we file for divorce way more. Yeah, not men. Men, you got to be like fed up. Like, men got to be fed.
Or
they will
do you
stick
think
around.
Do you think if they find someone new, they would just be cheating?
They would just be cheating.
They just be cheating.
Yeah, they would just be cheating. Men they don't
so
get
crazy.
Divorced. They be cheating out here. Really. But
I guess you're right. That's why, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that, and then I forget who else. Oh, we found out Tiana Taylor and Iman.
Oh, that was so sad.
I know, but it seems like they're in a good place.
Yeah, which is great.
We've been able to separate. We're really good friends. We co-parent really well, and I feel like that's a beautiful thing that they were able to end amicably.
Yeah, but I'm
still sad. I know. I do love them. But like we said, we don't know them. We don't know what's really happening behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So there had to be something that they were like, okay, let's separate. Like, this isn't going to work, you know? But I'm glad that they could do it in that way. Or so I don't know if they're divorced. I think they're just separated. So they may find their way back to each other. Who knows?
Who knows?
You know, I hope they do. Who else? I don't know who else. There was somebody else, but I can't think of who it is. But either way, I say all that to say, fight for your relationships, y'all. Divorce is hard. Divorce is hard. I am a kid. My parents got divorced like 25 years in, and I'm like, bruh, what are y'all doing? But either way, it started to get toxic towards the end. So I am glad that they did separate, and I love both my parents individually, and you know, my dad's remarried now. He's happy, he has a nice wife, and my mom is, you know, single out here. But either way, I don't know. I just feel like because sometimes I feel like people walk away when you really could just have a conversation. You know? Now, look, if you get knocked upside your head, please leave. Please leave. Or verbally, physically, any of that stuff. Any abuse that is going on, I do not condone that behavior. I'm not saying fight for that. No.
But things that can be worked out, obviously.
Things that can be worked out. And also I understand because a lot of times it's like one person's working and the other person isn't. You know, and that's not fair either. So I understand when people are like, look, I have done everything I can and you're not willing to like meet me halfway, then I get that. But if there's a lot of times it's really communication.
For sure.
Majority of the time it's communication. Like, let's have a discussion and let's talk through and work through, because it's hard out here. I hear that it's hard out here in these streets, in these single streets. So really
I hear crazy ass stories out here. So you're right.
Yeah.
We don't know what I think people, they just don't know. So, you know, like when people are single and they're like, I long for a marriage and, you know, it's beautiful and this and that, but they don't get the full scope of a marriage. They don't get the, you know, like the ups and downs and the, you know, like the working, the hard parts, but they really want to get married because they just want to be married and they want to have a partner. And on the other hand, you have couples who may, you know, be going through a tough time in their marriage and they're like, man, I wish I was single. Like, look at all these people out here living their best lives. And then they don't understand that these single people are going through it too. Like dealing with, you know, going on dates and all this other nonsense that occurs in the single life. So I think people just don't appreciate the space that they're in because they're always wanting something, you know, something that they don't have. And then once they get it, then they're like, oh, this is it. Like,
they think the grass is greener.
Exactly.
And a lot of times it's not. And I think sometimes social media skews that view for us because you think that you have, and it's really keyword think. You think you have all these options. You don't, because at the end of the day, that person has to like you back. That person has to think you're attractive as well. So yeah, there may be a ton of beautiful women out here, a ton of handsome men out here, but are there really that many that are for you?
Exactly.
You know, so attraction is only
beautiful people every single day.
Oh my God. The internet has opened up the world to like seeing so much beauty out there, male and female. And, what was I saying?
But are you going to be compatible?
Are you going to be compatible?
You know, you guys going to want the same things out of life? It's just a lot.
There's a lot that goes in. The attractiveness is one part of it. Yeah. That's one part. That's just you seeing the person and y'all actually being attracted to each other. And then it's like, okay, can we hold a conversation together? Do we want the same future? Like all that stuff. So there's
like, are you funny enough? Like it can get a little picky, you know. Like I get why single people are like, I'm not settling down, because you don't just want any old body. Like it's hard.
You don't. It is hard. It is hard. But you want a quality person. Honestly, that's what you really want. There are certain things that you're gonna have to work through because no one is perfect. No one is perfect. I don't like the way T makes the bed, but hey.
You're still sticking beside him.
But I'm going to stick beside him. you know, I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna go fix his side of the bed every morning. It is so what it is. But if that's all that I have to like,
it's nothing.
Gripe, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's little things like that. And I'm not saying there aren't other things that annoy me, but I'm sure I'm annoying too. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I'm annoying about cleaning. Here we are. So it's just, you know, when you find your person, understand that it's gonna take work.
Yeah.
It's going to take work, and it's going to take work to like keep that relationship and keep it going and all of those things. So,
but I will say that on the other end, I do appreciate people who know when they're like, this isn't for me anymore.
Absolutely.
Instead of sticking around for years on end, you know, and being in a relationship that's like not doing nothing for them. You know what I mean?
Knowing when they're unhappy, when to leave.
They're unhappy. It doesn't even have to be a toxic situation. They could just be like, this just not, it's not working, you know?
Yeah.
And I really appreciate, and I feel like people like that are so brave because they're just like, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen next or if I'm ever going to find someone else, but like, I gotta go. This isn't for me.
Yeah.
So like, shout out to the people who are like, you know what? I don't care what the world says. I don't care what my friend says. I don't care what my family friend. Like, they don't care. They're like, it's me in this relationship, right?
Yeah.
And I'm choosing me. I'm choosing happiness for myself. And
absolutely.
I'm okay with saying like it's done. Like it's okay to move on. So, you know, shout out to those people because I feel like there may be a lot of people in relationships just to be in a relationship. And then, you know, people are like,
I know some.
Yeah. So, you know, so if you are in that place where you're like, you know, on the fence, like, I don't know if I want to be with this person. And, you know, we don't want to be like, fight for it. Because if you truly, you know, feel in your heart and in your
body
this
isn't right,
that this isn't working for you, it's okay to let it go.
Yeah.
You know,
please
don't force it and just stick around because it's the right thing to do, you know, quote unquote, it's the right thing to do. So, you know, I feel like you and your partner are the only one in the relationship that fully understands the relationship and experience it firsthand.
Yeah.
So do what's best for you. Right.
Absolutely.
So that's
always.
So
always. Yeah.
You know, so don't feel bad if you're in that phase of like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
you may have to move on, you know?
Yeah,
it's okay.
No. It is okay because you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to figure it out. You're going to land on your feet, all of those good things. But so, yeah.
Yeah. Any other remarks for this topic?
No.
Before we move on?
You know, like I said on the last episode, love yourself first and then let the rest follow because you'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Because you can't love anybody unless you love yourself anyway. So, you know, start there and then go from that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll move on to our weekly recommendation. Do you have something for us this week?
I do. I don't have the product with me. I suck at remembering that stuff. But
it's okay. What is it?
It is, so right now, and I think I said this in our last episode, they are doing like at Sephora, 100 points. If you have 100 points, there's some really dope stuff that you can get. I told you like Summer Fridays is on there. They have a Dr. Jart product on there. Dr. Jart is expensive, y'all. Those products are made in Korea, and Korean skincare is top tier.
Yeah. Yep.
Top tier. So they have a moisturizer. And it's like this big, but I've been trying it. It is like butter on your skin. I love it. It comes in a little yellow tube. But it's like a really, really, it's called like Cermicide, something like that. Cermicide, you'll be able to find it. But right now, if you have like, you can get it, use 100 of your points and you can get it like if you make a purchase.
Okay.
But it's really, really good. Like I was like, ooh, this is nice. I like it.
All
like
right,
I think I may get the big bottle.
Is that good?
Yeah, it just feels so good on your skin. You know, like I have combination skin. To give you guys a little background, I have a combination skin. My T-zone tends to get like oily. So I really love like creamy, nice feeling moisturizers. Like that's my jam. I don't use face oils. They just don't. I'm not a fan. Like I see the girls that be greased up. Like no, that's not my thing.
Not your thing.
But I like a nice little, you know, creamy, water-based, you know, situation. And Dr. Jart has a really, really good one. So, yeah, I would definitely get that again. Okay. I would say French products.
are good.
French products and Korean skincare products are really really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my product, y'all.
All right. Well, I guess I got to go spend some more money at Sephora. Thanks,
girl, you
Keisha.
got some Sephora cash.
I do. Thank you.
That's some Sephora cash.
My recommendation this week is actually a show.
Ooh, okay.
There is this show on Hulu called The Other Black Girl.
It's on Hulu?
Yes. And
not me just deleting my Hulu.
It is so good. I mean, I was hooked.
Really?
It's like one of those where you're like, okay, what's next episode? Next episode. I want to know what happened next. It's a thriller. And it just kind of, I'm not going to tell you all about it, but it's about a young black girl who is a writer. And she works for like a big, she's in New York. She works for like this big, Fortune 500 company who produces books, and so she ends up having she was like the only black girl working. Okay. So she ends up having a new coworker who happened to be the other black girl, right? And I'm not going to tell you anymore after that, but it is really good.
I saw someone post like black shows that you should be watching right now.
It's great.
And it was it was that. I'm gonna watch it.
It's so good.
Start watching it because my Hulu is not done. Even though TC also has a Hulu account,
just log on to his.
But I want to watch that because I always need something to watch. I have to travel in a couple weeks, and so I always need something to watch. So that is gonna be on my list.
It's good. It's a really good show.
Super excited.
Yeah, really cool.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my recommendation for the week.
All right.
And that's it, guys.
That's it. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.